Good morning, I am Tracy Spence with your newscast. This newscast is brought to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 9:30 a.m. on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. And the Supreme Power Homes, call them at 800-493-9002. Now for the news in details. The Jamaica Teachers Association JTA has said it is not surprised by the results of the diagnostic tests, which revealed students at the primary level are significantly behind in key subject areas after missing months of classes. Speaking with reporters Friday morning, JTA President Jasford Gabriel said he expects the data will show similar challenges among secondary school students. Mr. Gabriel said teachers informally shared their concerns following the tests done in October. He said some schools have started interventions. The Ministry of Education on Thursday disclosed that average scores for grades 4 to 6 students were well below 50% across all subject areas on which they were tested. The ministry said analysis has not been completed for students at the secondary school level. Starting this month, it is proposing to spend $173.4 million on a remedial intervention program. The Jamaica Senate on Friday afternoon passed the Dog Liability for Tax Act, which provides for criminal and civil liability for any owner of a dog that attacks, injures, or causes the death of a person. The bill was tabled in the upper house last week. During her contribution to the debate, Senator Scott Motley said she was disappointed with the crafting of aspects of the legislation. She has taken issue with the section which speaks of the person responsible for a dog to exercise management on control of the animal to prevent injury of an individual in a public space. She questioned the intent of the legislation, asking whether it was to criminalize the failure of the owner to or ensure that the persons who suffer injury are adequately and significantly compensated. Government Senator Shireen Golden Campbell highlighted that the dog attacks in Jamaica are underreported. She said the new legislation will change that as it will encourage the reporting of dog attacks and enable the collection of data needed to drive further legislative changes. Meanwhile, former treasurer of the People's National Party, PNP Norman Horn, has broken his silence on the controversy in which he is engulfed and which resulted in Peter Bunting not being sworn in as an opposition senator on Friday in Jamaica. While seeking to set the record straight, Horn has launched a broadside against PNP President and opposition leader Mark Golden and the general leadership of the opposition party. He accused Golden, who was elected PNP president on November 7 and who received the instruments of office of opposition leader from Governor General Sir Patrick Allen on November 10, of displaying arrogance. After the expected swearing-in of Bunting as both senator and leader of opposition business in the Senate was aborted on Friday, information circulating in the public space, including a letter reportedly written by Horn to former PNP General Secretary Julian Robinson, indicated that the businessman was owed millions of dollars by the PNP and would not facilitate Bunting's swearing-in until he was paid in full. The development came as a surprise, as Horn in October declined to be sworn in as senator after he was recommended by former PNP president and opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips. However, in his statement on Saturday, Horn insisted that it was incorrect and irresponsible to link an October 7, 2020 letter to the People's National Party's former general secretary to whether or not he would take the Senate oath. In sports, the Jamaica Golf Association JGA has received the green light for the staging of the 53rd Jamaica Open Championships at the trial course in Hanover from December 12 to 15. The JGA held a press briefing to update the media at the Constant Spring Club on Friday. Having adopted the protocol policy used by the U.S. Golf Association, the Royal Ancients Golf Association, and the PGA Tour, the JGA has set out a template cleared by the Jamaican government for over 90 golfers from overseas and locally, along with caddies, staffs, and spectators. The winner of this year's staging will pocket US $20,000, while the top 20 finishers will receive cash prizes. And that is it for the news. This newscast came to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m., on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. And the Supreme Power Homes, call them at 800-493-9002. On behalf of the news and the production team, I am Tracy Spence. To have a good morning.